Good
Great.
morning. Good morning.
Good
Doing
morning.
great.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good
So,
Doing
morning.
guys,
fantastic.
every perfect. So, guys, every Wednesday or Thursday, we try to bring you a special guest. And this morning, I had the pleasure of introducing, and you guys you should already know her. If you don't know her, you've seen her face, you've heard her voice. This is the lady that helped me get started. Without her, I would not be here today. Real talk. Because she trained me on the phones and everything that I know on the phone. She trained Corinne. We would go to the office in Bel Air to get coaching and feedback from one of the best people. And Sean Mike said that she's the best person in the company to set appointments. Along with Dominique Rogers. So guys, we are so blessed because Sean Mike said Dominique Rogers and Jaime Eufemia are the best at setting appointments in the entire company. So we have access to both of them. So Nobia, this is a cameras on me, and if you can't turn your camera on, we're gonna have to let you go. So with that being said, without further ado, I want to introduce Integrity Partner and the president and the partner of the I don't even know how to explain it. Our upline, FFL National. So without further ado, Jamie, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Jamie.
Yes, ma'am. So Jamie, motivation call. We do this Monday through Friday. Um, that's the same thing because hopefully,
You're kind of breaking up.
I want to get going and get started. Oh, I am? Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes. So can you start that over? I heard you say every Monday morning.
I said we do this Monday through Friday. And hope, we ask the guests to say each week because hopefully a different voice, somebody will hear something a little bit different. So Jamie, can you talk about number one, how important it is to your mindset to this business? Like how important it is, how do you keep your mindset positive all the time, right? Because you and Frank have been in the business longer than any of us, been with FFL longer than any of us. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. But I know everything didn't go perfectly and smoothly in the 10 years that you guys been with FFL, right? But your mindset has to be strong. That's number one. And number two, because we do have the business opportunity meeting tonight, how important and why should people build themselves a team?
Yeah. Well, thanks again for having me. And I love all those affirmations that y'all do the first 3 minutes. I was praying while y'all were doing the affirmations over top of every word y'all spoke. And so I know for a fact that just as I'm talking here, I'm just like everybody else, right? We all bleed the same. We all have the same issues. Some of our issues may feel really big. Some of them are small and we make them really big. I'm just like everybody else. I think the thing that sets people differently though is these little daily things that we do, right? These affirmations. When there is when something comes up against us, right? Whether it's anything, a flat tire, our kids are acting crazy, whatever it is, right? How do we behave and handle those situations? Because I notice sometimes when people you notice how like negative people constantly have negative things that occur to them in their lives. It's like they just talk about it. Affirmations are the same. We can flip that too, right? We can, if we're not having positive affirmations, we can have negative affirmations, right? And so if you are near people who have negative talk constantly, you have to remove them from your life. And it doesn't have to be this whole like up or like, oh, you're out of my life type. No, it's just like you slowly start to pull back because you don't have time to deal with or hear this negative stuff and junk that's going on. I was doing a mentor call with someone and they literally have family members that are this way. And so, we love our family and they love us. And sometimes they love us so much that they think that like, this is too risky, right? To be in business for ourselves, or really, you're really taking a leap of faith here. It's like almost like they want us to not make it. And so we have to politely pull back from that. We have to politely quiet that voice, because that's not going to help you get to the next level. I like what Bowen said on Monday night. He said we all have the exact same license. Every single person, all 43 people on this call right now, has the exact same insurance license that I have. So what sets my success apart from your success? Well, I'm going to give you a few things that may be the case. And again, these are all things. I wasn't born with money in the bank. My family didn't come from money. We didn't start FFL blazing a path with 6 figures in the bank account, not even 5 figures in the bank account. Some months it was negative in the bank account. But we didn't quit. We didn't quit on the daily activities. We didn't quit when we said we had to get 8 appointments, we didn't quit. When we said we had to give 6 presentations a day, we didn't quit. As a matter of fact, we went faster to try to hit those goals and get to the target that we were trying to get to. We surrounded ourselves with positive people, with people who were in a place that were greater than where we were. We got ourselves around the body of people who were winning, who were making it happen. We didn't hang out with the people who weren't making it happen. I mean, I love those people, but what kind of value were they bringing to our life? They weren't bringing any value. That's not to say that later on, maybe they weren't bringing value, but there wasn't a time in that season of life where we were in grind mode. That's what it was. You have to have grit and grind and a get after it attitude every single day. And so you have to start your day with those positive affirmations. You have to start your day with an attitude of gratitude. What are you thankful for today in this moment, even wherever you are? You're thankful that you can get on a Zoom right now. You're thankful that you have an insurance license that can print money. You're thankful that you're surrounded with a body of people who care about your success. You're in a place at Family First Life where you have an opportunity to change your life financially for years and years and years to come. So you can be grateful for you can be grateful for the smallest things that you have right now. We have lights on. We're grateful for that. We have clean drinking water. Grateful for that. There are so many things that you can be grateful for. So if you're sitting there my life sucks right now. No, you live in America where you have opportunities galore. So you have to have an attitude of gratitude as soon as your feet hit the floor. As soon as your eyes wake up, you have a whole nother day to accomplish what it is that you set out to accomplish. And you have to embrace it. Tomorrow, your body in the shape that it is today is not promised. So why not live today and give it all you got? Because what if tomorrow you couldn't walk? What if tomorrow you couldn't speak? So you weren't able to do the things you can do today. Sometimes we take just the slightest things for granted. We woke up today with breath in our lungs, with a way to be able to change our life financially forever. But we're just taking it for granted some days that it's going to always be this way. Life is not always going to be the way it is today. On the flip side of that, life is not always going to be the way it is today of whatever is going on in your little world that's not working out. Because you have an opportunity to change your situation just like this. But it takes a positive mindset. It takes grit. It takes grind. And it takes a no quit attitude. Anytime you're ready to quit, you need to just silence that voice and keep it moving. And you need to move harder than you ever thought you could. Because there's more in the tank than you even think you have. Just when you think you gave it all, there's still a little bit more. There's way more in the tank. But you have to tap into it. You have to be intentional about it. I think back to when Frank and I were talking with integrity about, selling the business and things like that. And I think Frank was in the field still selling insurance. At least $20,000. It wasn't $40,000 towards the end when he was out of the field, but he was still selling $20,000 of life insurance with his own pen, going out and seeing people face to face in Baltimore City. And our cash flow was $180,000 a month. $180,000 a month. And he was still going out and seeing people face to face and serving people with life insurance. Sometimes people right here on this call are paid $20,000 and that's it. And they quit and they stop and they slow down. They slow down. You got paid 3 apps, $3,000. Whoa, I'm winning here. I'm slowing down. No, put your foot on the gas and press harder. Press harder. If you did that, imagine what else you can do. And you have to see your goal and visualize it. And what is the target? What is it going to take to get to that goal? If your goal is $1 million a month with your agency, why are we slowing down? Why are we pulling up the brakes? When we have momentum, when things are going our way. And that could look like many different things. Putting on the brakes could mean, oh, I deserve another vacation. Putting on the brakes could mean, oh, you know what? I'm just going to take this dial day off. Putting on the brakes could mean I'm not going to get on that 9 a.m. Mojo call today because I don't really need that. I just got paid 10 grand. It could be, oh, you know what? I don't need as many leads this week because, I had a really good week last week. Or it could be, you know what? I'm going to start my dial day this week at 12 because, I'm going to get up in the morning, just take my time and do all the things that I want to do in the morning. But I know that getting started at 8 a.m. is the perfect time, but I think I'm just going to slow it up for a second because I deserve this for myself. Yes, you do deserve things for yourself. But if you haven't achieved or hit the goal that you set out to hit, it's not the time. It's not your time yet. If you haven't exceeded what you set out, it's not your time yet. It will come. I promise you. And you will feel so good about it. You will feel amazing about it, hitting those next level goals that you set out to hit. But if you haven't hit those goals, don't pull up. Don't, I say, like, it's like, that airplane that just kind of compromises a little bit on the pathway. It can set the trajectory in a total wrong direction. Actually, funny enough, this is a true story. We're on the boat and we're going across the Chesapeake Bay to a little spot that we like to go to. And it was super choppy out and there was lots of crab pots. And if you don't kind of know this area, we're big here in Maryland of crabbing. So we kind of have to maneuver around these crab pots sometimes so they obviously don't get caught up in our motor. And so Frank was like, and when there's a lot of chop, there's little white caps. So sometimes when you're looking, it kind of looks like there could be a crab pot, right? So I'm like, Frank goes in, he's like, I gotta pee real quick. Can you just take the helm? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. We both have boater's license. I know what I'm doing. And so, at least I thought. And so I get up there and it's so choppy and I'm like trying to maneuver around all these crab pots and he's down there. I'm like, what is he doing? Well, he was like grabbing a drink and straightening up some things, and like he comes up and he looks around and he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going straight across. He's like, you were literally going back home. I'm like, I am? Literally within 3 minutes, I thought I was maneuvering around crab pots, but inevitably I was literally just going off just the slightest bit and it got us way off the track. And so that's kind of what this stuff looks like. These little compromises that you make every single day with just the slightest things, compromising on the times you start, compromising on buying leads or not, compromising on if you're gonna stay on the phones all day, compromising if you're just gonna, oh, we have that call, I'm gonna stop dialing because we have that call in 15 minutes. No, those 15 minutes you could have set another appointment. You could have did another presentation. Stop compromising on just the slightest things because next thing you know, you are so far off track that it takes a lot to bring it back over in alignment with whatever it is you have set out to do. So don't compromise anymore. Stop quitting too early. Okay. Now, we all have the same information. We all have the same tools. We all have the same abilities, right? Like there's nothing special that sets a top producer apart from any of you. They just are used to doing the little things every single day, making sure they have leads, making sure they don't quit when they got a no or someone cursed them out or whatever. They just get after it. There's nothing different than you or I at all. We all have the same opportunity. We have the same. I can go on YouTube, right? If there was something that I didn't know how to do, I can go on YouTube. I can phone someone. I can get with someone who knows how to do that. I can watch an audio. We all have the same, we can get the information. But once we have the information, then it's time to execute. I think sometimes we just sit around and sit around and sit around. It's like, there's never going to be a perfect time to get after it, ever. It's like, when is there a perfect time to have a baby? Never. You're never perfectly prepared to have a baby, ever. So, and then just like this, there's never a perfect time to get after and execute. So make today the day that you get after it and you execute. Think about every person who you are calling that filled out a form as a family who raised their hand at some point in time and said, I need help. Quit looking at it as a $3 lead or a $6 lead or, oh, this is probably the Glengarry lead because it has the beneficiary name on it. No, it's a family who asked for protection at some point in time. And it's our responsibility as a licensed person who now said, I'll take on the lead, to call that person with conviction that if you don't help them today, tomorrow isn't promised. And their life could be in a whirlwind of financial crazy. And so we're going to give it everything we got today. We're going to give every single person who answers that phone, all of us, every ounce of us, and we are going to do our job the best of our ability. Meaning, if I push 3 or 4 times on an objection and I don't get it, I'm not mad. I gave it all I had. I did everything in my human power to help that family. I'm sorry I can't help everybody, but my conviction, and as Lord knows, I want to help and serve every person that I speak to. And I'm telling you, once you have that conviction in your soul that every person, that every name on that lead is a family that you can make a difference in, I'm telling you, this thing gets easier. It starts to flow a lot faster. You start to feel like you are making a difference in people's lives. That's why we do what we do, right? We do this because we want to make a difference in people's lives. And we have the ability every single day to make a difference in someone's life. And I'm telling you right now, if you just give it everything you have, every single person that picks up that phone, at the end of the day, you're going to feel amazing. And it doesn't matter if you helped 6 people or you helped 1 person, but every time you hung up that phone, you're like, nah, I gave it all I got. They gave me 4 objections. None of them worked. Maybe it's just not the time. That's not to say that we can't loop back around and call them next week, or, someone else call, whatever it is. That's not to say that. That's just to say, today, I gave it all I had. Today, every person I spoke to, I did everything in my power to try to serve that client. This isn't just a lead. This is a family. This is a family that, God forbid, tomorrow they take their last breath tonight. That, you know what? That's one less worry that their family members have to think about, is the financial piece to this whole thing. And when you start to have that mindset of, you know what, Mary Jane here, she's someone's grandma. I'm going to treat her like she's my grandma. You know what? Bob here, who's driving the truck driver, you know what? People are crazy out here on the road. I don't know if he's going to make it home today, but you know what? He could be like my Uncle Bob or whatever. But treat them as if they were one distance away from your family. How would you feel, and how would you want someone would you want someone to call their phone 6 times today to try to help them get protection? Darn right. If this lead was your family member and you were going to be the one responsible to cover a burial of $20,000 for them, how would you feel? Would you want someone to have blown up their phone today trying to get them on the line to help them and get them protection? Would you want them to keep following up with them, even though they say, hey, call me back later, call me back later. Yeah, you would. You would want someone like you to push hard to try to make it happen for them, because as much as I have plenty of money in the bank, I don't want to have to come out of, why? They can pay $50. I don't have to come out of the bank with my money for a burial for someone. I mean, I would if I had to, but these people already know that this is what they have to do. They already know that this is something that they need to put in place. We're not calling people out of a phone book. So today, when you get on the phone, just as I'm talking right now, I hope you hear what I'm saying. Give it everything you got for every client, no matter where they are in this whole, and if they're grouchy, meet them where they're at. If they're happy, meet them where they're at. But treat them as if they are someone that you know, that God forbid tomorrow they weren't here, that you did everything you could. So I know this usually goes to 9:30, but I want you guys to write down just a few things and then I'll wrap it up so we can get on these phones. Everybody has the same abilities. Everybody has the same tools. Why not you? Why isn't it your turn? You know what? It is. Write down, it's my turn. I'm going to win at this. And I'm not going to quit. I'm going to give it every ounce and fiber inside my being every single workday. I have way more in the tank than I'm even giving myself credit for. You are not tired. Quit lying to yourself and telling you that you're exhausted. You are not tired. You have way more than you are giving yourself credit for. You went through all of that with the insurance license and buying leads and getting your E&O and all of that. For what? For what? What did you do all that for? You did it so you could change your life financially. And today marks the day that it changes the trajectory of what is going on in your little world. Because you have enough right now, today, August the 16th, 2023, to make it happen. And you just have to make the decision that I am going to win at this no matter what. And I have enough in the tank to make it happen. So guys, thanks for having me on the call. Thanks for inviting me in. And I look forward to seeing you guys over there in the dial room. Let's make an impact on people's lives.
Jamie.
You have enough.
Jamie, real quick.
Yep.
Why do they need to build?
Sorry, missed that part. I got so excited about you.
It's okay. You were fired up about getting going. I'm with you.
Well, here's the thing. I mentioned it a couple minutes ago. Your body today might not be what your body is tomorrow, right? We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't have a hourglass to show that if we don't get in a car accident tomorrow and we can't operate the way we normally operate every single, we don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is when we build a team and pour into other people and show other people how to change their lives, like all of you right here, someone believed in you enough to, one, show you how to get an insurance license and to invite you today on the call. All 47 of us. Someone did that for us. Maybe we went out and found this on our own, but somebody still gave us the opportunity to get an insurance license and to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to show you how to do this thing. And so that's what it is when you multiply this and show other people exactly how we do what we do. There's someone right now praying this morning for an opportunity like you all have right now. There's someone praying to be in your situation right now that we can help make a difference for. And so I think the biggest part of it's two pieces. One, we get to show people how to become financially free, which it has done amazing things. This business has done amazing things for Frank and myself and our family. Amazing things. Two, we don't know what tomorrow is. We don't know if our abilities today are going to allow us tomorrow. And so what that passive income allows to happen is allow things to just keep going, even when there's some hiccups and bumps in the road. Is it always easy? No, it's not. It's not always easy. And nothing worth getting after is going to be easy. But it's so rewarding. Do you know how rewarding it is for me to see where Kali was and where she is now? Do you know how rewarding it is to see where Amaka was and where she is now? Where Corinne was? Corinne sat in my office in March of 2020. I can still remember it to this day. She looked at me right in the eyes and she said, I guess I got to start giving this thing all I got because the restaurants are closing down and I don't have a job. And I said, yes, ma'am, it's time to get after it. We gathered up some leads out of the system, some old stuff. She sat outside the office and she banged out those phones like it was her job. Her life has been changed because of this business. And that's why you build the business. We are changing lives one at a time, one at a time. And are we going to change everyone's life? No, but we are going to give everybody the exact same opportunity, the exact same tools, the exact same everything. And we are going to continue to pour into them. And eventually those seeds start to grow. We're just going to keep watering them and planting them, water them and planting them, watering them and planting them. And the next thing you know, we're not going to look at the scoreboard every single day, but over time, we're going to start to see the fruit of all of these seeds that we planted start to come to fruition. And that's what it's like to build a business. So I hope that hit on what you wanted me to say. I don't know if it did.
That's
Love you guys.
Jaime, thank you so much for your time. We do not take it for granted, guys. Thank Jaime, please, for our time this morning.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks,
Jamie.
Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.
God bless you. Thank you.
Live dials, live
And we
dials.
will see you on
Thank
the live
you.
Let's
dial.
go.
Live dials, live dials.
I'll help a ton of people today. Peace out.
Okay.